Welcome, good evening, good morning, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. My name is Petra and welcome to our weekly Thursday advanced trainings with Healy. I'm really excited for tonight, because this one has been in the making for a while and I've been trying to get it for over 6 months. So yay, yay me. I'm really excited because as you know, we had the Power of Three protocol, which was an advanced protocol. And if you have been with us in the group, you will understand why it is advanced protocol, because it goes really, really deep into the body. And I have managed to get the bioenergetic vitalization because we only had a really, really, really simple protocol at the beginning when it actually came out about 2-3 years ago. And I actually been using it for, well, almost year and a half. I didn't get it right at the beginning, but just literally a few months after. And this is one of my favorite program groups. This is how I will say it. Deep Cycle is still one of the top ones for the detoxification, of course. Power of Three, I'm kind of actually loving now that we are in the protocol in the last 3 weeks, but Bioenergetic Vitalization has always been either my second or top 3 protocols or programs in Healy. If you don't have it, if you don't have a professional, Bioenergetic Vitalization is available in the professional edition. I think you can still get it as a membership into any Healys that you have. But it will be available automatically in the professional edition if you have a professional. If not, if you want it, you can upgrade it or just buy the membership. But today, I'm just going to share the slides. So, is everybody seeing my slides? Hopefully, you can see. Okay. All good? Perfect. So, tonight, I want to disclose, I am no scientist, I've done a lot of research on this as every single time I do my trainings, and I am no bioenergetic or biogenetic engineer or have any degree in epigenetics or anything else, What I would like to share tonight is my research, my experience, as well as the new protocol. And how because I've been utilizing this with Healy for a while now. I've been using these principles of regeneration on an energetic level by myself as well. I'm going to try to keep it as simple as possible for you because I know these are like really big words, of epigenetics and DNA and, cellular regeneration. What does it all mean? So tonight we are going to go deep into the cellular regeneration and what is that actually within the body? Why is it so important? And then we're going to look at how we can be actively involved in our cell regeneration by helping our body to regenerate our cells faster and better. And then we're going to look at the bioenergetic vitalization programs as well as the new protocol. You are all going to get the link to the interactive PDF protocol like we did with the Power of Three. I'm going to post it at the end so you're not distracted looking at the PDF or asking me questions instead of actually looking at the screen and listening to me. But it will be available through the email that comes with all my recordings of the trainings at the end of the month. It will also be available in my Facebook group under the post in the guides under the training. So you'll have everything in there. And if you want any of the slides, I can pop them in there as well. But let's start. So first of all, as everything else and every Thursday, of course, Healy or Meg Healy devices have a disclaimer. Although, frequencies are backed by science, but devices of Healy or Meg Healy are not intended to cure, treat, mitigate, diagnose, or prevent any disease or medical conditions. They're beautiful tools to actually create an environment of healing in the body, but they will not do any of these. So they're not magic pills, but they are amazing, amazing tools in your life. Okay, before we dive in, My question to you is, what do you believe? If you believe that genes are who you are and that you can't change anything, pop 1 into the comments. If you believe that you can influence your genes and you can shift your reality, be it your health, your well-being, your emotional, mental health or well-being, that you have that opportunity, please pop 2. I want to see where you go, where you everybody is. I love the confidence. I know too. I love your comments. It may make me laugh so much. I watch your program, so I love it. Thank you so much. Great. Oh, I like the interactive too. The sticky one. I like that. Okay, perfect. So we are on the same page, right? Because if you would believe that 1 is the only thing, then unfortunately we are then all stuck, right? Because then we think we are, we can't influence anything in our life. And working with Healy on a quantum field, it is kind of an interesting journey then, right? Because then we are expecting something to fix us where there's literally nothing to fix. And I really want you to have that in mind when we go into the DNA and epigenetics and the cell responses. So great, you're empowered. So let's start. So what is deep cellular regeneration? So first of all, we want to understand why we are doing this, right? So everybody has a challenge. Everybody has probably a health challenge or an emotional challenge or mental belief challenges, right? Majority of you are probably under stress, and a lot of you have probably been under chronic stress for majority of your life, yeah? Or been through trauma. So all of that actually influences your health and the health of your cell and the health of your body, because everything is interconnected. So the deep cellular regeneration is actually refers to the process of restoring and repairing tissues and organs at the cellular level, often by leveraging the body's innate mechanisms and advanced medical techniques. So we're going to look at that a bit so you can understand what that means. So this concept actually literally goes into the root cause of the situation that you are after changing or shifting. And it is sometimes with people, when we talk about deep cellular regeneration, DNA, epigenetics, the words are quite big. You don't know sometimes what they mean. So I'm going to try to make it really simple for you. So this concept of deep cellular regeneration actually encompasses actually several key aspects that we need to look at, because we're going to look at the combination of these aspects with the microcurrent, so you can understand why Healy is such a powerful tool and why you should be using it every day if you don't. Well, 1 day a week, pause, but seriously, get it into your life every day. So there's few levels of it: stem cell activation, cellular regeneration therapy, mechanisms of regeneration, we're going to look at those, cellular reprogramming. So these are all big words, and probably you think that they mean the same thing. But why is this important? So let's look at stem cell activation. So what are stem cells? So stem cells are actually a big part of the deep cellular regeneration, right? We're talking about the cells and the regeneration of the cell and a deep regeneration of the cell, which goes into the cell, right? But the stem cell is literally a cell that is either with adults dormant in the body, and with young children, or when we are born, we have enormous amount of stem cells, which are normally found in the umbilical cord, yeah? And stem cells are normally, not always and not exclusively, found and made within the bone marrow. So bone marrow is the part of the bone that's inside, and normally it goes into the spine as well. And normally the stem cells, majority of times, the original ones that, then they can shift and change, come from the bone marrow within the spine. You also can find them elsewhere in the bone marrow around the body. So why they're such an important part of the deep cellular regeneration? Because of their ability to differentiate into different cell types. So for example, let's make it simple. So this cell is a cell, but it does not have a label yet. So for example, you have a body, and every single part of the body has a specific cell. So for example, your skin has a different type of a cell than your heart does. Your bones have different types of cells than your eyes do, or your nerves do. So these are all specific cells that already have a label on it. Stem cells are the cells that actually don't have a label on it. Their purpose in your body is like being a handyman. Yeah, they actually have a property that other cells lack in potency. So they don't have as much potency in self-renewal as the stem cells do. So stem cells actually have the property of renewing themselves, and they're also like a handyman. They actually go around the body. They go around the body and they find things that need regeneration, and they stop there. And now this cell that is a stem cell doesn't have a label, but for example, your bone needs repairing. So that cell actually stops at the bone and literally puts a label on themselves. This is really simplistically, right? And says, I want to repair the bone, so I'm going to become a bone cell. And then the thing is, these cells are really smart, and your body is really smart. Yeah. So if we're looking at that in adults, for example, stem cells contribute to the maintenance and repair of tissues, such as muscle tissue, heart, brain, lung, skin, and connective tissue. So your body actually knows how to make cells that will actually benefit your regeneration. As I always say, your body always wants to protect you, and you will always find a way to do that. Okay, what about then cellular regeneration therapy? So this is literally just the fancy way of saying stem cell therapy. So stem cell therapy has been really popular in the last, 5-10 years. It's really expensive because what they do is, in medical situations and conditions, they actually transplant stem cells either from a bone marrow of some other person, or your person, or yourself, or an umbilical cord of a baby. Yeah, so you can get that done. It's really expensive, and latest research actually shows that it's not without side effects. Yeah, so just letting you know. But cellular regeneration therapy can also be, which is stem cell therapy, can also be induced by frequency. And there's research shown, publicly published research, that actually shows that frequency can stimulate stem cells in the body. Marcus Schmieke, 2 years ago, when he actually was talking about bioenergetic vitalization, he actually said that he was presented with 50 different studies, which were literally clinical studies that shown that frequency can induce stem cells in the body and can induce regeneration of the DNA, as well as the telomeres of the DNA. We're going to look at that a bit. But stem cell therapy or cellular regeneration therapy, either medical or frequency-based, aims to stimulate the body's natural ability to repair and regenerate damaged tissue. So why do we need that? Yeah, so we need that because we are aging, and we're going to look at a bit more into the cell a bit later, but we are aging and we have stress, and all of that is influencing our cells. Either, we are influenced by so many different things that are influencing the health of the cell and then influencing the health of the DNA. Those two are connected. And if either of them is not okay, then our body will have challenges. So the cellular regeneration therapy or the stem cell therapy actually involves the use of stem cells, yeah, either literally transplanted or frequency induced, and growth factors. So those two are really important: stem cells and growth factors, and I'm going to tell you why. To actually enhance the healing process. So we want to make a faster regeneration of the cell, because if the cell is regenerating faster, then our tissues are regenerating faster, then our body is regenerating faster. And we know that a healthy cell will create a healthy organ or a healthy body. So if we have a healthy cell, every 7 years, we are literally a new person. Every cell in the body is actually regenerated and new. So you don't have any old cells. Every 7 years, you become a different person physically. So stem cells and growth factors are important to enhance our regeneration and healing process. So for example, stem cells actually act as cellular architects or architecture. So they're building blocks. Yeah, they build the organs and the structure and everything in the body. That's why they're so important. That's why they are so expensive. That's why we all want that, right? Because we are tackling it right at the core. And actually, when they do that, as I said, they come to a bone and say, I want to heal that one. Okay, I'm going to put a label on myself. I'm a stem cell, now I'm a bone cell, yeah? Now they actually activate signaling to other cells, right? And those molecules, which are signals in the body, that actually guide the tissue to repair itself. So they're smart. They have a literally innate intelligence, yeah? And not only that, they send a signal with a growth factor that actually helps. So we have stem cell and then we have a growth factor that comes as a signal from the stem cell that actually triggers intercellular, so within the cell, yeah, pathways, which are literally just ways of doing things in the cell, what happens in the cell, that actually regulate cell division, so how cells are dividing and multiplying, maturation, how the cell actually becomes a whole cell, and if it's has all the parts that it needs, then it's a healthy cell. And we also have the regeneration process. So it's literally these two things that come from the stem cell are actually activating the whole entire regeneration process within the body. Not only building new blocks, but also sending messages for the body to create more cells in order for us to regenerate faster. Then we have a mechanism of regeneration, which is literally just in basic terms, stem cell differentiation is how cells find their way in different areas and become different cells. Cells proliferation, which is this division of cells and how they make themselves more of them, yeah. And then we have epigenetic regulation, which is literally the gene expression. So we have genes within the DNA vortex, yeah. So those genes are actually what we call a switch, turn on and turn off switch, yeah. So we are born with certain genes. But with epigenetics as a science is now proving that we can turn specific genes on or off. And depending on what we have turned on, it depends on also our mother and our father and our ancestors. Why? Because the genes are formed not only based on the DNA material, but the DNA material needs outside sources in order to be built. So for example, nutrition, emotional state of the mother, emotional state of the environment that she's in, also the mental beliefs, the trauma in the body, because those are all signals of electricity that are influencing the DNA within our cells. I'm not going to go into depth how that happens. I'm just letting you know that this is all influencing if the genes are turning themselves on or off. So we have that opportunity to actually say, okay, great. We are now empowered. We can change certain things within our body, and we can change it on a cellular level, not only patching things at the top and actually looking at the symptoms. Because when you have, when I talk to you and you come with questions, you tell me what program to run for this, what program to run for this, what program to run for this. Yeah. These are all the external factors that you are seeing as a result of what's actually happening within your cells and within your DNA. So this is now going really in the depth of things on the cellular level, so you can understand how to start building great foundations. So then eventually you will literally regenerate your cells, and then actually create new cells, new organs, new body, new self. Yeah, I know this sounds simple and easy, but it takes a while, right? Every 7 years, remember. But then we have so regulation, that's something we can actually also influence, just letting you know. And metabolic shifts are literally what happens within the cell. So how certain things are metabolized, so what passes through the cell, what happens within the cell as the energy, because energy, or ATP, we're going to look at that. It's really important. Okay, I wanted to also add on the DNA. So DNA is crucial within the cell. It has enormous amount of storing data. So they've actually done research, and they've estimated theoretically that 1 gram of DNA could actually store up to 215 petabytes, which is 215 million gigabytes of information. 1 gram. So you need to understand that every cell of your body has the same genetic code transcripted into every cell of your body. So if something's going on in one cell in the DNA and something's broken and it's not actually really properly set in, then every cell in your body will have that issue. So in order to actually start shifting things within the body on a health, mental health, emotional health, whatever it is, you need to start with the foundation of the cell, and you need to start with the DNA. So they have actually, in a practical achievement, they've actually been able in 2019 successfully store and retrieve 16 gigabytes of data in synthetic DNA molecules. So this is genetics, but I'm just saying that DNA holds data. You might not be able to access it yet, but you have all, when we say everything is within you, your DNA knows what you need, and your body is literally intuitive and understands what it needs to be done in order to regenerate. All you need to do is give it the right environment. Yeah. So these are the basics. And then we have cellular reprogramming. Yeah, we said that that's okay. That's rejuvenation. Okay, so let's look at the cell. Why is this important? As I said, if we do not have a healthy cell, then any other cell in the body will not be healthy. So let's look at, you probably saw this with everything that Healy has as information, as a cell membrane potential module. And this is a cell. Yeah, so this is a cell, and you can see there's like little pluses outside, there's like little minuses inside. The cell always has a potential, so a voltage, electricity. Yeah, so it's a plus and minus. So outside of the cell you have a positive charge, and inside the cell you have a negative charge. Why is that important? Because if you would have the same charge, nothing could pass through, and nothing can actually be exchanged with electricity. And this influences the microcurrent that we are going to look at. So with microcurrent and the cell potential, microcurrent actually increases amino acids transport for up to 40%. Amino acids are building blocks of protein, and they are really important in a process called protein synthesis. And when we look at the microcurrent affecting your cells, and by microcurrent this time around I'm meaning bracelets, yeah, like charging your cell. That's why I always say and recommend, if you're doing 3 programs a day, do at least 2 with your cables. Even if you have the coil, I would encourage you to at least have 1 program, if you can, 2 with cables, because this changes the cell voltage and the cell health. Why? It increases the amino acid transport by 40%, meaning you have more building blocks to create protein. It also increases protein synthesis up to 70%. So what is protein synthesis? It's actually a process which it uses the proteins or makes the proteins to actually build your cells. So you need that if you want to regenerate. Yeah. And it also means creating physical life. You're creating new cells with that. You are literally multiplying your DNA and information through cells. And it's really important to have those building blocks in order to not have mutations when the cell is divided. And it also increases an ATP production up to 500%. Why? ATP is adenosine triphosphate. I think I've said that correctly. And this is literally stored energy within the cell. Why do we need stored energy? Well, it's like gas in your car. Yeah, if there's no gas in your car, you can't drive anywhere. If there's no energy in the cell can't regenerate, proliferate, so divide and make new cells. It does not repair your DNA. ATP is needed to repair your DNA. And ATP is actually produced in a cell in something called mitochondria. Yeah, these are like power plants in your cell. Yeah, and with ATP production, ATP is crucial not only in like different cellular processes that cell needs to do, the cell metabolism, but it also includes DNA repair. So it's really important to lift the charge of your cell in order to actually repair your DNA if you want to shift your physical environment. Hope this makes sense. Yeah? Okay, you've probably seen this photo as well with the cell membrane voltage and the health of the cell. The health of your cell equals the health of your DNA. Why? Because when a child is born, you have enormous amount of stem cells in the umbilical cord. Why? Because you have so much energy within the cell because you are literally just born. You are not influenced by anything from the environment and not influenced by degeneration of the cells in the physical body. So the cell is really young. So the cell membrane is between -70, -19 volts. So that is a proper, really strong cell. As soon as we have stress, emotional trauma, malnutrition, bad sleep, or poor quality sleep, what else? Agitated EMFs. There's so many things that influences the cell and the cell health. Our cells start aging. Yeah, so they start losing the potential, the voltage, the charge. And as soon as they're losing the charge, meaning they're losing energy. And if they don't have enough energy, they can't literally divide properly. So they can't repair the DNA. So if the DNA is damaged, then when the new cell is actually created, it will have a damaged DNA. So if you are expecting for that cell to actually repair something, it will not be able to repair because it cannot repair itself. So it's really important to really build your cells in order to regenerate your body. And this just tells you how it influences things within the body. Yeah. So let's look at the process of cellular regeneration and how microcurrent can help to stimulate certain elements. And these are research that I've done, and I've just made them really short and simple. There's some different words in there, so if you understand it, if you don't understand it, that's okay. So with stem cell activation, microcurrent therapy has actually been shown to activate muscle stem cells responsible for skeletal muscle regeneration. So this is publicly out there. Yeah. Markus Schmicker said that there are other studies and research done on clinical studies that are not publicly published that he had access to when he was creating the Bioenergetic Vitalisation protocol. We also understand that looking at the stem cell activation, the activation of stem cells by microcurrent facilitates muscle regeneration, especially in the early phases after injury. So if you have a surgery or you had an injury, bioenergetic vitalization is an amazing list of programs to help you regenerate fast. So if you don't have it and you are not using it, or you do have it and not using it, I would literally tell you to start using it, because the programs are short and they're really powerful. And then when we're looking at the cellular regeneration, meaning activation of the stem cells in the body and how it influences with microcurrent, how it influences the regeneration of the cell and the other tissues and organs. So microcurrent therapy has actually been shown to optimize cellular regeneration, because it lifts the voltage of the cell, meaning that the cell has more energy to actually repair its DNA and itself. It also promotes regeneration of atrophied muscles, which are literally muscles that you haven't been using for a long time, or you can't really move them. They're kind of stuck. They're kind of really tight. And it actually activates regeneration of those muscles, meaning that you can actually start activating the tissues in the body, movement. Yeah. It also enhances tissue repair by influencing growth, adaptation, and optimizing physiological functions of the cell, including nervous system signaling and muscle growth. This is really important. So when we have microcurrent, it stimulates the stem cells, and it stimulates also the nervous system signaling, meaning that there's more communication moving through the body to regenerate faster. And there's better communication between the cells and the organs. And of course, if you need to grow a muscle, that actually helps as well. And then we have the mechanism of regeneration, which we were talking about, right? So it's differentiation, proliferation. So, you know, what cell is what, how many cells we have, and then, of course, epigenetic responses. So microcurrent actually has shown to modulate gene expression, meaning that it can influence what genes are being turned on and off, because we are changing the voltage in the cell. We are actually changing how the DNA is repaired. So then the expression of the gene can be changed as well. This is an epigenetic expression, meaning that it's influencing from the outside. The signaling changes how the gene actually reacts. And this has been shown to tissue repair, but we have tissue in everything. So the therapy activates specific signaling pathways. So therapy meaning activation of the stem cells. So signaling pathways in the body, specific ones, which are actually involved in the cell proliferation. So the division of cells, the differentiation, what cell become what cell, and also survival of the cell, meaning how long it stays young and active. Yeah. So how long does it take to actually regenerate itself and stay alive and active? And then we also have the cellular reprogramming, and the microcurrent actually has the ability to modulate gene expression. We know that. And because of that, an influence also cellular process suggests there's no studies on this. This is just something we could kind of connect, but no physical studies have shown this. Yeah. But we could suggest, for example, that potential epigenetic effects can be moved and shifted. Yeah, so we can actually potentially coincidentally change the expression directly of the genes, so change the genes directly. And then also the microcurrent has the impact on the stem cells activation and differentiation, implies that a form of cellular programming, which is particularly in the context of tissue repair and regeneration, because that is what we want. We want to reprogram our cells, give them more energy in order for them to actually go and repair themselves and then proliferate, so divide, so they can repair everything else. And when we activate the stem cells in the body, those will go and repair the parts of the body and elements, organs, tissues, whatever that is, to actually bring the body back to balance. So this is a bit more of the study, so you understand that as Healy, you might not see it that way when you're running programs, but there's a lot of studies showing a lot of things, and this is not just, you know, me saying, yeah, use the Healy, that's it, I love the program, it's great. But it's something that we need to look at. And you also have the power. You are empowered being. You can influence your genes through epigenetic expression. You can influence your lifestyle, your decisions, your choices of how you actually support your body. So before we go into programs, I want to look at what you can do in your life to actually help your body regenerate faster, to actually help support the deep cellular regeneration. And together with the bioenergetic vitalization programs, you can have better results. Yeah. So there's few things I want to look at. And first is optimizing your nutrition. Nutrition and supplementation or things like that, they've shown to change the expression of the genes, meaning the protein methylation, there's a lot of things that happen in the DNA and how the genes are expressed. We're not going to into that, but nutrition can help to actually give the body nutrients that it needs in order to repair itself. That's why we're going to have digital nutrition next week in order to actually help you add on frequencies for specific needs of your body as nutrition, as building blocks for your body. So what are we doing with nutrition? Well, first of all, we need to consume a nutrient-rich diet, meaning with plenty of antioxidants, vitamins. Yeah, vitamins meaning, for example, food that has been grown in really rich soils, which is really hard to get today. So if there's not enough vitamins and minerals in the soil, your plants that you're buying and eating will not have enough nutrients, meaning that you will not get enough nutrition. So if you're eating animals, then if an animal is grazing on a grass that does not have enough nutrition in the soil, then the animal will not have that nutrition. So it's really important to choose wisely. And we need minerals, because we know now with research that majority of things that are out of balance in our body can be linked to mineral deficiency. And with everything that's going on in the world, we know that mineral deficiency is something that, it's quite big. Okay. Then we also have foods, focusing on foods that support your stem cell function. What is going on with you? Okay, sorry, my Zoom. For example, blueberries are high in antioxidants, ideally wild blueberries, not the ones, the big ones you buy. Those have lower antioxidants. Wild blueberries, I grew up with them, going into the forest, picking them, the really tiny one. And you can buy them frozen. So if you are buying things that are wild and things like that, buy them frozen, because they actually keep more nutrients when they freeze them. Green tea is really good too. And anything that's high in omega-3 fatty acids. So amino acids, omega-3 fatty acids are really important for stem cell regeneration or activation of stem cells. And also ensure adequate protein intake. So as I said, amino acids are beautiful because they have no calories. I use a specific brand that it's really good, and it has 99% absorption. And this is the best protein-based foundation that I've actually ever used. And the regeneration is just wow. I've been literally without them for this week. They arrived today. And I could see, because I've been going to the gym, and I could see that my regeneration was like probably 90% slower, which is really, really interesting. So yeah, protein is really important. Majority of people today are not eating enough protein. Yeah, so you need to really understand your body, find a person that can actually help you with that if you don't know it. But protein is crucial, not only for detoxification, but for building blocks in your body to actually start regenerating. Yes, for tissue repair and regeneration. And then we have exercise regularly. I don't know if you know that, but exercise actually stimulates the production and activation of stem cells. So if you're actually not loving exercise, I would encourage you to start it. Because if you do want to have a faster regeneration, exercise actually does that on its own. And particularly in muscle tissue. So when we are, especially with strength building, right, with weights, we are actually activating proper muscle stem cells to regenerate. And those cells can actually also migrate into other parts of the body. Exercise also improves blood flow and oxygenation. Oxygen is crucial when we have, for example, when we apply microcurrent to our body to charge the cell. The process of the energy produced in the body, in the mitochondria, needs oxygen. So if you're not breathing deeply, you're not having enough oxygen in order to produce enough energy in the cell. So make sure that you're oxygenating your body and breathing really deeply. And that also supports cellular regeneration and engaging also in aerobic and resistance training. Those both combinations are amazing because then you're activating different stem cells in the body. Environment, that's a big one. So research has shown that intermittent fasting, no matter how you do it, based on your body, actually can promote cellular regeneration and autophagy, or cellular cleaning process, literally. So what it does, it cleans out the toxins out of your cell. It eliminates anything that your body doesn't need, and it activates stem cells in the body for regeneration. So also 72-hour water fast has shown that the stem cells actually activate after the 72 hours. I think it's after 48 hours is 10 times. After 72 hours, I think it's over 300 times. So your body needs a break from food, because then digestion doesn't need to use the energy to digest the food and actually can repair the body. So make sure when you do fasting or intermittent fasting that you're not just doing it because that's how you do it. Make sure you have amino acids that can help repair certain things that do not have calories and can't break your water fast, for example, because you will need building blocks to regenerate properly and nutrition to regenerate properly. And if your body's already, depleted of nutrients, when you go on fasting, you can agitate your nervous system more, and you're going to have a opposite effect, just letting you know. And then get quality sleep. We know that 7 to 9 hours, get a sleep routine. Sleep has literally an enormous effect on your cellular regeneration, because every repair possible happens during sleep. Yeah, detoxification, repair systems, everything is active during sleep. So sleep is really important. Managing stress. Chronic stress can negatively impact cellular health and regeneration, and that's been shown through research on trauma, that's been shown through research on mental health. It's really important to understand that stress is something that kills not only stem cells and cells, and it kills neurons, it kills everything. Yeah, so it's really important to de-stress, have breathing techniques, get more oxygen in the body, and of course stay hydrated. Add minerals, get Celtic salt or Irish sea moss to get more minerals into the body, and have a lot of that, if you're deficient in minerals. Support your body's natural growth hormone production. So growth hormone is something that we produce when we are young, quite often, because we grow really fast. But then after a certain age, I think it's after 30, our growth hormone actually depletes, and it goes down. Growth hormone is produced by a pituitary gland in your brain. And pituitary gland produces a growth hormone that helps to, grow new muscles, new tissues. But the most important thing is that this growth hormone plays a role in stem cell activation and tissue repair. It plays a huge role in there. And natural ways to support growth hormone production include getting adequate sleep, because it's your brain. Sun gazing actually is a really good one, because it actually helps to balance melatonin levels and circadian rhythm. Exercising and maintaining a healthy body composition. So those are really important to balance your hormones. Sun gazing, one of those techniques that it's really simple and easy and free. And of course, nutrition and everything else. And then we have maintain a healthy gut microbiome. Gut is connected to literally everything in your body. And we need to understand that balanced gut microbiome can support overall health and potentially influence stem cell function. Yeah, and they've been researching new things saying, this is not proven yet, but this is out now, saying that gut actually produces stem cells as well that are influencing a huge part of our body. So it's really important to understand that gut health is crucial. It connects to everything in your body. Okay, let's go. Bioenergetic Vitalisation. These are the programs we have. The 6 programs, and it's really important. I'm going to show you the protocol, really simple protocol, but quite deep. So we have the programs Regeneration 1, Regeneration 2, Regeneration 3. When you start the bioenergetic vitalization, if you want to have the best effects in your body, please follow the week 1, week 2, week 3, I'm going to show you, with Regeneration 1, 2, and 3. If you skip one of those programs, you will need to start again. Why? Because those 3 programs are actually making a foundation in your body connected to your stem cells, activation, proliferation, adaptation, literally making your body activate the stem cells so you have enough when you're actually going into specific programs so your body can send them out to repair specific things. And it also connects with your DNA repair and telomere regeneration. So those 3 programs are created with frequency to actually create a foundation. So if you miss any of those programs, you'll need to start again. If you just do it half-assing it, you're not going to be having the results that you want, just letting you know. So they're interconnected and they need to be done in exactly the order that it's saying it needs to be done. And then we have other programs like bone harmony, tissue harmony, stability, holistic support, nerve harmony, pineal gland harmony, youth, epigenetic harmonization, and cell harmony. I'm going to tell you. So bone harmony actually stimulates the activation of the stem cells for the bones. So if there's certain things in the body that needs to actually be regenerated with regarding to the bones, this is the program you want because it actually has a specific frequency. So every cell in the body has a specific frequency. So bone cells have a specific frequency, and this program is helping to activate those cells to regenerate and proliferate, so divide and multiply in order to actually regenerate the bones. Tissue harmony, any tissue. So I love this program. I found that using this program, especially when I do like an emotional release, because fascia is a connective tissue. And if there's cells, DNA stores data. And I wanted to connect this to the emotional and energetic part as well, because we have Healy. So we need to understand when we run these programs, which go into the cellular level, tissue harmony means also your fascia. There's data in your DNA. And if there's a suppressed emotion, that is data, that is information. And if it's stored in there in the tissue, when you are actually going to run this, you might have emotional releases. But for me, this program is amazing because it really regenerates fast. So if I have an emotional release, I run this one after, and my balance is like, I feel immediate release. So this is one of my best programs. Like I've been experimenting this when I started with fascia, and I really love running this. This is one of my favorites. Stability, it's like your integration. So for example, it's a structure of the cell, the structure of the organ, the structure of the body. It holds things together. So you'll see when we look at the protocol, you will see that it's placed specifically with specific programs because it helps them integrate better. Yeah, so your body can actually utilize that. Holistic support is literally activating the stem cells and the regeneration and vitality of holistically your body. So meaning it actually sends specific different frequencies into your body to stimulate stem cells that can go in different parts of your body where they are needed. Yeah. Then we have nerve harmony, which is specifically for the nerves, regeneration of that. Pineal gland is amazing because pineal gland also connects to your pituitary gland, which we know connects and literally releases and creates growth hormone. So those two connect with each other, and pineal gland also is a CEO of all your glands and your hormone system and nervous system. So this is a regeneration of the nervous system as well, together with the nerve harmony. Youth is amazing. So it says the optimization of the capacity of activity. So activity means energy within the cell. So when the cell has more energy, it can regenerate better and the cells become younger. Yeah. So when we have that, we have a better regeneration all over our body. Epigenetic harmonization, it activates the DNA and the telomeres. So when the cell telomeres are literally those little plugs at the end of the chromosomes that actually stick together with the DNA. Yeah. So when we have the vortex. So those telomeres at the end, when we actually get older and the cell loses voltage, there's not enough energy, those telomeres actually get shorter and shorter and shorter. So that actually influences the health of your DNA. Epigenetic harmonization helps to balance that, to make those telomeres longer, and help to actually repair the DNA, but also helps to influence the expression, again, epigenetics, the expression of the genes turning on and off in order to balance. Yeah. Your body will do that. Yeah. Your body knows exactly what to do and what it needs. And then we have cell harmony, which is literally the balance of the cell metabolism, bringing in the stem cells to actually and activating the energy within the cell and the proliferation of the cell. So there's no mutations. So this literally specific frequencies that Marcus Schmieke literally put in here, that he researched and literally used from that research that showed specific frequencies for specific things. As I said, stem cells, DNA, and telomere regeneration. So you have everything packaged in here in this program. So let's look at, let me stop this and I'll show you what you are all going to get, which is the protocol. Let me just get into this one. Okay. So this is an interactive PDF. I'm going to show you how to read it and you can go on the protocol yourself. The protocol actually is 6 weeks. Yeah, so it's twice as long now. So before it was only 3 weeks with the regeneration. Now we have twice as long for 6 weeks. So you're going to get this PDF. You're going to have all the programs in here. And the first 3 weeks, so week 1, week 2, and week 3, you will see that it's a regeneration 1, regeneration 2, and a regeneration 3. If you click this little thingy on the top, it says show interactive elements. So if you can't see anything, just click this and it will show you where to click. So if you click on the info, you will see, I'm going to just zoom it in so you can see. You can see that week 1 is regeneration 1. And all you have to do is regeneration 1. Week 2, regeneration 2. Week 3, regeneration 3. That's all you have to do to prepare your body. Yeah. And then we move on to the week 4. In the week 4, we combine specific programs. And we are combining 2 per day. Epigenetic harmonization. So we are looking at DNA. You see how we are preparing? It's a regeneration. We are preparing for the stem cells and DNA regeneration. And now we're going into the DNA. And then we go into pineal gland. So it actually helps to regenerate the whole overall system. And then we have cell harmony. We're looking at the cell, because before we actually build anything new, we need to know that we have good building blocks. And then we go into week 5, which will be again combination. Oh, I forgot to tell you. So every week from the week 3 onwards, you will see we have stability in the afternoon. So stability is combined with every single program because it helps to integrate the frequencies and helps the body regenerate faster. So the week 5, we have tissue harmony, bone harmony, and nerve harmony. So you see how it actually regenerates the systems together in the body. And then the week 6, yeah, well, what are we doing? Okay. And the week 6, we are ending with overall support. Youth, activating the cells, the energy in the cells, and then we have the holistic support at the end, and always through the entire protocol, 1 day of pause. So really rest, and that's about it. I will share this with you. Let me just stop this. So I'm going to pop the link in here, so everybody can get the link. Here we go. This is the protocol that you can get, and you can just click. It's going to open up in the browser, and you can access it by yourself. That's about it from me tonight. I know this one was a big one. It was DNA and everything. Hope I made it simple for you. If you would like to ask questions, please do. You can raise your hand, and I will take the hands, and I'll give you 15 minutes for the questions. And then we move on. Anyone? Well explained. Great. We don't need anything. Oh, look, hands. Okay. Let me just. Okay, Netika, hope I pronounced that correctly.
Yeah, that's Netika Dawar.
I can't hear you, Netika.
I'm from India, Delhi. I have done DNA nutrigenomics, and in that we learned about epigenetics and gene expression.
I'm so sorry. Am I the only one hearing her really badly? Is everybody hearing her?
Okay, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Yes.
Hi, I'm Nitika from Delhi, New Delhi. So
Welcome.
I have done DNA nutrigenomics that teaches about gene expression. And of course, telomeres, by lengthening the telomere, you go to longevity. It was great to take your session today, because I did not know that Healy can give that as well, that voltage is increased and the telomeres get elongated and we live longer. It was a very, very good session, I must say, full of knowledge.
Thank you.
This is the first time I am attending. I've just joined the Healy family.
Welcome. Welcome.
Yeah. I was in Australia last month in Melbourne.
Oh,
My daughter studied architecture from Monash. So
beautiful.
yeah.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad I explained it. As I said, I'm not a scientist.
When I'm going to come to Australia next time, I'm going to meet you.
Of course. Did you have any questions, or just wanted to share?
It was very nice. I really enjoyed it. And I have got some bone issue, like the knee problem. While just standing, my knee would just twist. So I was wondering if the frequencies I'm taking from Healy, what exactly should I go for? The joints, the muscle?
So have you tried searching in the Heal Advisor search module, the third app, the white app? Yes, so we have some other trainings in our group as well. So that we've done on literally, I've showed how to search in the search module, but it's the white app with the wavy thing over, and you can actually search specifically for your issues, and it will give you a list of programs. But I would definitely recommend Bioenergetic Vitalisation. And if you go on a protocol, you might actually see a quite different result. But you are just starting. So if you are new to Healy, I would definitely recommend first do a month of gold cycles. That's it.
Yeah, that I'm doing.
Yeah. Yeah. So just do that. And then when you finish that, because you need to prepare your body for frequencies, these are really advanced protocols and they go really deep. So when we go deep into the cells, we also have a lot of detoxification. So we need to understand to actually support our body not to go all in, right? Because then we're going to have a lot of side effects, because our body will just want to let go of everything. And then people come to me and go, Healy's not working, I'm getting worse. Well, no, your body's letting go of things. Yeah, so Healy is working because your body's actually having an effect. So we need to understand to actually be gentle with ourselves and kind. and go slowly. I know a lot of you want fast results because this is the society. If you've been having issues for a while, trust me, your body has have been having issues for a longer while. So that
Definitely,
means
definitely.
you need to give it time. Yeah?
So I've done Gold Cycle for a week. So I should take it for a month?
Do it for a month. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
I would
Okay.
definitely do it for a month.
Thank you so much. Thanks.
You're welcome. Thank you. Okay, let me just lower your hands. Next one was divine. Let me just, I don't know if I pronounced that correctly.
Hi,
Yachna?
my
Yeah?
name is Yachna. Yes, yes, yes.
Yachna. Okay. Lovely to meet
Yes.
you.
Same here. Thank you. Thank you so much for a wonderful presentation, and it was very deep knowledge. And I'm glad that I every week attend your presentation and webinar.
Oh,
So
thank you.
really wonderful. I have a quick question. During this particular webinar, you said that we should take our frequency through wire because it's a microcurrent impact on our body. But in
Yeah.
case of kids, lower than 12 years, they are using coil. For example, my daughter, I give her, with coil. So
Yes.
that is not microcurrent, right? That she's
So,
getting.
first of all, I need to be really honest with you. Healy does not approve usage of the Healy devices for kids. But if that is your personal choice to choose, I definitely wouldn't, depending on how old they are. If they are adults, yeah, as your child, if it's an adult over 18, of course, then you can give them a microcurrent. But if you're choosing to use that on your kids and that's your personal choice, and she's using coil, give her bioenergetic vitalization with coil. It's perfectly fine. Yeah. So
Okay.
this is when we really want, when we are adults, we want to activate our stem cells in the body. Kids already have really good activation of stem cells. So they really, yeah. So
Yeah, actually, she has a condition. She has, gene mutation, this thing, impression, which leads to a mutation of one of the protein. So the gene expression is haywire in her case. So that's the situation, and we have bought Healy just because of her situation. So I wanted to understand, how we can help her with Healy.
Yes. So I would recommend, so Healy, remember, right? So Healy doesn't cure, treat, or mitigate or anything, right? So we need to understand that this is a holistic support. It's not a cure. Yeah. So we need to understand that we need to combine different elements, right? I'm not a doctor, I can't give you advice, but I would suggest, yeah, that you connect, if you do want to support her, that you connect with a time waiver practitioner. A friend of mine, she literally is finishing genetic studies, and she is a time waiver practitioner, and she's also a nutritionist.
Great.
And she's amazing. She has an enormous amount of knowledge, and you'll probably, if you've been into my sessions, Jazz Deep is the one that has done our digestive system, and she is a huge wealth of knowledge. Yeah, even more than I. It's a thrill for me to have a chat with her, because it's just like I'm a kid, like a kid in a candy store. So for that, I would encourage you to have a deeper look, because time waiver can actually look at the gene expressions, and you can look at the situations within the body, and then you can have specific programs on Healy made for that. Yeah.
Okay, great.
And then you can support her that way as well. But if you choose to do bioenergetic vitalization, that's your choice. I would definitely use just the coil.
Sure. Can I have the contact details of Jess, if
Yeah, you
possible?
will find it in our Facebook group. So if you're in our Facebook group, if you go into the guides, just find the digestive system, enhancing digestive health, I think it is, and you will see her details, her website, everything is in underneath there, and you can contact her through there.
Great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you. Okay, next one. We have 10 minutes. Okay, next one is Healy. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. I'm so sorry for that. I can't hear you, so you need to unmute.
Yes. Good afternoon. Your sessions are very illuminating and very informative.
Thank you.
Today I joined late. So can you share the link of the recording in the
So the
WhatsApp group or
recordings,
whatever?
yeah. So if you go into the chat at the top, you will see a link to the Facebook group. Oh, it's actually somebody actually posted it as a group at the end in the chat. You will see the link, and you can click on the link and go into the group. Just make sure whoever is joining new today, make sure to answer the questions. And
no, I have already joined.
well,
I'm a member.
Yeah, so you will get the recording. I always post the recording as soon as I get the link from the Healy corporate. Normally that's at the beginning of the next week. So next week is going to be available so you can watch the recording in the group.
Okay. Thank you.
You're more than welcome. Okay, next one. Dr. C. Elan Shiran. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly.
Yes, good afternoon. Just all your sessions is so wonderful. We get
Thank you.
the knowledge is ocean of knowledge, really. In the body, usually how many cells? Because each one is telling this much of cell in the body. How many cells? How many trillions of cells?
Wow, I don't know. I think it's trillions of something, but I think our body, nobody really knows how many cells we really have.
Because each one is
right?
different figure. Each one is giving a different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think nobody can, because cells are always, dividing and multiplying. And when we have an injury, we also need to understand that when an injury happens in the body or we have a high inflammation, our body will want to actually multiply the cells in order to actually have a defense system. Yeah. So when we have, they do average of trillions of cells, but nobody really knows how. Nobody counted them. Like seriously, they can't count them either way. They've estimated based on the sample of blood. So that's really hard to answer. I'm sorry, I can't.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Was that the question?
No, this is the question. Okay, no problem. Just
no worries. Thank you so much for your question.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Next one is Eunice. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly.
Hi.
Hi.
No. Yeah, hi. You guys can hear me, right?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, actually I just want to ask if chemotherapy and those people who are doing immunotherapy, can they be running on this Healy device concurrently? And I mean, or rather, is there any programs that we should avoid while they are doing these treatments?
So that is quite a specific question. So I'm not a doctor. I can't really tell you what you can't do. I do know the person that actually used a Healy during her chemotherapy, but that it was her personal choice. In this case, you need to have a chat with your doctor, what is it that you can or cannot do. But frequency has been shown to help regeneration, and especially, when we have a lot of damage. So I would definitely run bioenergetic vitalization programs. I would definitely run Meg Healy programs like Vitality, Regeneration, McMaken programs for tissue. I would also run gold cycles, because gold cycles are amazing as a system support. And then, of course, digital nutrition. Like, we're going to take a look at digital nutrition next week, but bioinformation, for example, or psyche, or joy of life, or there's so many programs you could use. You can try directly searching in the Heal Advisor search app and see what comes up, what programs come up, and then test for yourself. That's your choice if you want to use it. And of course, always check with your doctor. And then decide what you want to use from that list of programs if that's where you want to go.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're more than welcome. Good luck with everything.
Thank you.
Okay. Then 5 minutes, and then I have to let you go. Okay. Taipan Kumarkes.
Hello.
Hello. Yes.
Hello.
I can hear you.
Am I audible?
Yes. Yes, I can hear you.
I am 82 years old. I am using Healy for last 17 months. I've got wonderful results. But very recently, I am a bit confused about the number of programs I should take, because I had recently a lot of problems, and I was taking number of programs, limiting wristband use to 3. And then people were taking any amount of I can do with coil. So I was taking about 10, 15 even programs today. Is it advisable to that?
How did you feel after taking so many programs?
No, not feeling very well. The very last 2 weeks, I am not very well.
Okay, so we need to understand that yes, we're limiting the cables, the direct microcurrent for 3 programs per day. That is max. And of course, you can do up to extra 3 programs either on a coil or mag Healy if you have it. But, and this is a big but, yeah? Why? Because it depends on your body. So I have people that were getting sick running gold cycles 3 per day on cables. So I needed to actually advise them to go on 1 program per day because the detoxification was too fast for them. So we need to understand, you need to check in with your body. One thing is recommendations. The other thing is you checking with your body. So if you're not feeling well and you feel like you're detoxing and you're tired, then lower the amount of programs. Yeah, go on, let's say go on 1 with wristbands, so with cables per day, and then maybe 2 with coil. If you have a mag Healy, then do 1 with coil and maybe extra with mag Healy. But I would not go full on if your body is detoxing and you're not feeling really well, because frequencies will work on you and you can agitate your body a lot because your body will start releasing. So make sure that you pause for a week. Do not do Healy or mag Healy or any frequency for a week now, and then go back, let's say 1 with cables, 1 with coil and 1 with mag, or 1 with cables and 2 with coil, and then see how your body responds. Yeah, so it's really important to check in with your body.
Thank you very much. I was getting very confused because yesterday I was just reading your recorded message of the 36 program, the 36 series. And I was seeing that the problems you had mentioned regarding the sleeplessness. Earlier, I never had any sleeplessness problem. I used to get up at 4:30 in the morning. And at this age also, whole day I used to work. I never used to feel any tired or anything. But recently, I am feeling very sleepy and a bit of a balancing problem as well.
Okay, so you need to lower your frequencies. You're actually agitating your adrenal glands and your nervous system. So make sure that you go off frequencies for a week and then dial it down to 1 program with cables and then 2 programs with coil, and then see how your body responds. Yeah, if you are feeling okay with that, then continue. Then maybe add on after 2 or 3 weeks, add on another program with wrists, with wristbands, and then check in again with your body for 2 weeks and see how your body responds. Yeah, so you need to check in and trust your body, because everybody is going to be different. This is not one approach fits all. Healy has enormous amount of programs and amazing programs, but everyone is different. And we are now in territory of frequency, which is not a tablet. Even when you go to a doctor, you know, they have to sometimes check how you are reacting to the medication. So it's the same thing. You know, start using your logic. If something's not right, make sure that you're actually stopping and checking in with your body. Yeah, don't just go like a bulldozer, this is what I need to do and this is how I'm going to do it. Yeah, so check in, be kind to yourself, test it, see how you feel.
Thank you
Yeah,
very
does
much.
that
Because, yeah,
does
thank you
that
very
answer
much
your
because
question?
I had wonderful results. Last 17 months, they tell me that this aged person, 82 years old I am, and I am everybody talks about me. Yeah, but
Good.
the last few weeks, last 2-3 weeks, I started suffering. And yesterday, when I was going through your 36 series, I was finding the same problem I am also having now.
That's okay.
So
You're
thank you very
learning,
much.
and there's no right or wrong system. It's just finding your way with your body. That's all it is. Yeah. So now you know you
Thank
need
you
to
very
dial
much.
it
I will
down
strictly
and
follow
try
it.
the.
I am
Perfect.
giving a pause of 1 week, and then start
Yeah.
slowly again.
Yes,
Thank
correct.
you very much. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you for your question. Okay. Last one. Now, Kunal. Hope I pronounced that correctly.
Hello.
Hello?
Yeah. Hi, Petra.
Hello?
Yeah. Hi. Can you get me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah. Okay. I would request your program are always good, and I was fortunate enough to see you on live because I've been seeing you in the recordings. So
Thank you.
so I had a great opportunity seeing you live, and
Thank you.
so I request can you provide us that program schedule which you said no for the week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, week 6?
The
But can you get
protocol?
that in a PDF? Yeah, protocol for
Yeah.
this.
It's in the chat. I've already posted it in the chat, but also you will be getting it through the email at the end of the month with all the
I have
recordings of the month.
I use Healy on a regular basis, but what I want is the protocol. You have designed customly, like week 1, you have to use regeneration 1, 2, 3 in that way.
Yes.
Week 1, week 2,
So
week 3, week 4, week 5, week 6. So I want that.
yes.
Can you customize that and give it to us because we cannot access it?
So you mean, if I understand you properly, you want the protocol for the bioenergetic vitalization. Is
Yes,
that correct?
yes. I
Correct.
need.
So
Yeah.
as I said, the link to that PDF is in the chat, and the same link will be shared through the Healy newsletter at the end of the month with all my recordings from the past month. You will also be able to access it in my Facebook group. Yeah, that is also, there's a link in the chat for that as well. So you can actually access that as well. And you can, I will post it in the post where we have our trainings within the group, which is under the guide section. So where all my other trainings recordings are, that link will be posted under there together with the recording next week as well. So you will have access to everything, and if you want the slides, I can do the slides and pop them into the
That would be great.
Facebook
If you
group
can
as well.
provide us the slide as well, that would be great.
Yeah, not a
Because
problem. I'll
it gives
pop
us
that into.
in-depth information.
Yes, I will pop that into. Yeah.
Thanks.
Not a problem.
Bye-bye.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, there's 2 more. I'll give you those 2, and then I'm finished. Okay. Pratap. Hopefully, I pronounced that correctly. I'm having issues.
Pratap. So when I was listening, you're mentioning about a program which you use for the emotions. Can I know which one is it again? It's a tissue, is it?
Oh, you mean for the fascia? Yes. So the connective tissue holds, it's called fascia. Yeah. So it has actually more neurons as the brain. Yeah. So we hold suppressed emotions in the fascia. So you can actually, there's a recording we've done specifically on meridians and emotions. So if you look at that, we have a special training for that. But yes, the program that I use within the bioenergetic vitalization is tissue harmony.
Okay, tissue harmony. Yeah, that I got that. So what's this fascia? Can you spell that for me?
Is FACIA.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you look at internet, I'll post in our Facebook group. I can post if you're interested more in that. I can do a post on the Human Garage, which is a really famous, well-known non-for-profit charity, but they do all the exercises for fascia specifically for free. So you can actually access their recordings and things to actually start stretching the body, because we hold a lot of things in there, and that actually suppresses things within our body. So we actually can have more issues because if fascia is literally the tissue that it's contracted. So I'll make a post in the Facebook group. So if you're in the Facebook group, I'll post the link so you can access that as well. So you can learn more.
For that we use the Meridian program. Is it? I mean, like most specifically to detox, to heal the fascia, we do the meridians. Is that? Did I get you correctly?
No, so that is not approach that I do. So there's no cure for one thing, right? There's a combination of things. There's exercises, physical exercises that I do. I use specific programs. I use the resonance app, like Aura, like coaching, looking at, for example, Schussler salts or creative homeopathy. Some people have been expressing that they would love for me to do a session on how to become a bit of a detective of how I use the programs together to actually combine things. So I have been preparing some sessions for that. They are coming, promise. It's been pretty full on lately. But fascia is something that entails not only the physical part, but also the emotional and energetic part. So there's layers to it of how you approach it. So I might maybe do a session specifically on that and how I approach that part as well. If anybody's interested, I'm more than willing to do that in the group.
So, but again, in bioenergetic vitalization, the tissue harmony helps with emotions also. So what I get, right?
Not directly with emotions. It helps with releasing the suppressed energy within the tissue, which is the connective tissue, which is also called fascia. Because we store our emotions in the body, not in the brain. The energy is stored in the body. So have you watched my advanced training on meridians and emotions? And
Yes,
there's another one specifically on emotions.
Okay, I'll check that out on the Facebook. I think I watched, but again, quite a few programs that I watched, I'm not able to recollect properly.
So what is it that you would like to achieve? What is the outcome that you're looking for?
Balanced emotions, not getting emotionally bonded or be in a balanced state all the time. Not
all the time.
By the emotions.
Okay, I will. Sorry, I have to be really direct, but I will need to burst your bubble. You will not be in balanced state all the time because you live on Earth, and that is impossible because you will be triggered a lot of times. Yeah, the only thing that you could actually master is how to respond to something and how to not react to a trigger, and how to be aware of what's going on so you can shift it faster. And that when you master that, then you can actually go from being within the trigger and being agitated and living and reliving that emotion for a week or 2 or 5 or months, yeah, to maybe half an hour. Yeah?
Okay.
But you will not be able to be in a balance without trigger state on Earth at all. Just letting you know. So it's impossible. Like, unless you become a monk and you go up into the mountains and you're not connecting with anyone, and you do not get mirrors from the outside environment, then even that sometimes will be challenging because you will have to face yourself. So in this dimension, unfortunately, we have all chosen to come here to practice the mirrors of ourselves with people around us. And if instead of trying to eliminate and fix things, maybe I would love to offer a different perspective of maybe look at it from a perspective of how can I be more aware of what is this showing me about me? Yeah. So looking at the shadow work of the emotion. So that's something I was also offering in the group, looking at the shadow part. So how do we look at the shadow? How do we look at the emotion? How do we work with this? And how do we work with Healy? So I've done a lot of this work with Healy, and my beautiful friend that we run this group together, Katie, we work this, like literally do this work every single day. So we have been doing this for a long time. And this is something that comes naturally to me now today. So putting it together, I know for a lot of you it's not, but it's something that you can teach yourself. It's something that can be done. Yeah. So you can become aware, you can actually respond to things around your world or in your world, in your environment with compassion and kindness, but that you need to cultivate that within yourself first. Does that make sense? Because if you go into shadow work, trying to release the emotions out of the body, and you don't have tools in order to actually balance, you will go into depression. Just letting you know. Yeah, because there's a lot of stuff that comes up that it's in a shadow, right? It's trauma. And then when the trauma comes out, our brain sometimes can't handle it. So we need to really slowly go into that and work with different tools in order to support ourselves in the body and regenerate the physical body during that process as well. So it's a layered effect. Does that make sense? Oh, sorry, I can't hear you. You're muted.
Yeah. So yeah, I can understand that very much. Yes. Yeah. Looking
So
at it from the
there's
point
no
of compassion and understanding what the world is showing me, that's lying as a shadow within myself. I can very much get
So
that.
if you want to work on a mental health of positive thoughts, we've done a special advanced training for mental health. There's beautiful programs in there like Inner Unity or emotional well-being. So those are really good programs, good frequencies to actually help your brain to balance the information that's coming through and help you align so you're not triggered as much, so you can see a different perspective. But that's just one layer. Yeah, so if you want to talk about emotion, there's a whole topic for I can talk about for 4 hours, at least. Yeah.
So all these
So,
recordings are done on the Facebook page, is it?
sorry?
All these classes that you have done earlier on the emotions, can I find that? Can I find those on the
Yes.
Facebook page?
They're all in the Facebook group under guides. You can go through them. They all have the post with the topic on the photo, so you can actually look at it. There's also headings of the same topic, so you can actually find them by that as well. You can also search at the top of the group and just type emotions and see what comes up. Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff in there that you can take a look at.
Okay, that's very useful. Thank you so much for that.
No worries. You're welcome. Okay, the two of you. Nobody else raises hands because we need to go. Seriously, I've been Madhuri, the floor is yours. I can't hear you, beautiful.
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you now. Hello, Madhuri.
Hi, Petra. Yeah. Hi. Very nice session, this one. So I want to
Thank
know
you.
about that my husband having psoriasis since 25 years, and I am using Healy since 6 months. I'm little bit confused. What should I follow in that Healy advisory or analysis based treatment? Is regularly is taking, but I'm little bit confused in having.
So resonance and the IMF, which are individual microcurrent, so that's the blue and the pink app, right?
Yes.
Those two are not exclusive or either or, right? They're inclusive, so together. Yeah, so I do resonance and then I do pink app, both of them.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I combine them because they're different transfer of information into the body. Yeah, so that's the first thing.
Okay.
Second thing, I'm
Okay.
so sorry, I haven't heard what is the condition that you're after, but either way, like I'm not a doctor, so I can't advise you what exactly to do. But if you've been using Healy for 6 months, and have you done the gold cycle for a month?
Yes, gold cycle already done. And
Deep
he's lots
cycles.
of issues, but he already cured. Only that psoriasis, what he had since 25 years, since skin disease, that is
So
autoimmune
what
disease.
is it? What is it that is it psoriasis
Psoriasis,
or
psoriasis. Yes, yes, yes.
psoriasis? Okay, so any skin conditions, we looked at that at digestive health. So if you look at the advanced training recording in our Facebook group for digestive health, and also there's a skin special edition. Yeah, so there's 2 trainings that you could look at. Any skin conditions are connected to your kidneys. Yeah, so kidneys and then probably liver and gut, because the bacteria in the gut is also bacteria on the skin. So make sure that you watch those. And if I don't know if it's you or your husband, I'm so sorry I haven't heard properly, but if you have done the month of gold cycle and you haven't done the deep cycle protocol, then I would advise you to go back to gold cycle for 1 week, then start the deep cycle protocol, and I would advise you to do at least 4 to 6 weeks. Yes. And then I would advise you to go on a power of 3 protocol, which is 9 weeks.
Power of 3.
Yes. Because the advanced power of 3 goes deeply into the gut and it actually detoxes the body really, really deeply. So I would advise to do that, because any skin situation will be connected to your gut, first to your kidneys, which are not filtering the toxins out of the body, to your gut and to your liver, and to your lungs, because lungs are also the detoxification organ. But you also need to look at your environment. So looking at your diet, looking at what products you're using for cleaning, for skincare, for, what are you ingesting? Yeah, so what are you breathing? So all of those things, you need to look at how to eliminate things that are causing the irritation. Yeah, so you need to look at that. If that doesn't help, then as always, I would definitely advise to go with the time with a practitioner to actually go deeper to see if it's actually a trauma response or if it's a karmic situation.
He's taking homeopathic treatment since 4 years.
Yeah.
Homeopathic treatment he's taking.
That's great.
Along with that, Healy.
Yeah, so there's a process to it, right? So you need to respond, you need to look at your body and see what is responding, right? So if your body's not responding, then you need to look at the emotional part as well, because it's not, the physical part is just a reflection of what's going on in the body, right? So the body can have the emotional suppression, which influences through frequency, influences the physical state. So we need to look at both, right? So the deeper you go, the more you can actually understand what's really going on in the body. But today's society is looking only on the surface level, right? What's the symptom, instead of going deeper to the cellular level. Yeah, but we need to first clean things out before we go into regeneration. So I wouldn't advise bioenergetic regeneration or vitalization right now, because if his or your body is still cleansing things out, and the kidneys and the lungs and the liver is not properly doing their job, regenerating it's not going to help, because you are literally not eliminating things that are causing the situation. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes. And now I'm giving that Healy Advisory Water IMF programs, that app is giving information. I'm doing that only. 3 cycles he's taking daily. Whatever that program schedule is there, based on that, he's taking. This one.
That's great too. That's perfect.
Yes.
But if you don't, like, if you're not getting the results that you want, then you need to go into protocols to go deeper. Yeah.
Okay.
So there's different layers to things. Yeah. So it's not just one flat layer. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Very.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hope this answers the
Thanks a lot.
question.
Yeah. Thanks
You're
a lot,
welcome.
ma'am. Okay.
Okay. Last one. Yachna, you're back.
I'm so sorry to raise my hands again. I know the time is precious and I'm just doing again and again. I'm so sorry. I am a part of the Facebook group and I have searched the page which is under guides, but am I audible?
Yeah, I can hear you. So you went to the Facebook
Okay.
group and the guides?
Yes. So where I can find Jazz?
So if you go, I'll share so everybody can see where you can find stuff. Where is it? Here.
Thank
Oh,
you. Thank you
come
so much.
on.
You are very kind. We really
Okay,
eat load of your
Facebook
time.
group. So everybody that's in the Facebook group that goes in here, you have a tab at the top that says guides. And if you, oh no, go back. You can go into advanced trainings in here, or you can click see more 37. So you can literally look at that. Yeah. And the digestive one was with Jazz. No, where was she? No. Where were? Enhancing digestive health. If you click on enhancing digestive health, it's quite slow. I don't know why, because it's so many recordings and stuff in Facebook then loads. Come on. You can do it. Come on. Facebook sometimes and Zoom, now that I'm on it, it takes a while.
Okay, so under the digestive health, right?
Yes. So that's her session.
Okay.
Here. So that's her. And if you go into the comments, yeah, in the comments, you'll see her slides and stuff. But then you have, so these are top comments. So you go all comments, because there's a lot of comments in there. And you will see here, that's a recording.
Okay.
And then you have her website. So this is the website of, this is the programs that she recommended, and that's her website. So if you click on that, you will see at the top you have her connections, so you can connect with her through the website.
Great. Thank you you so much.
You're more than welcome. Okay, now it's done, because we're 40 minutes over and this is a bit too much. I really wanted just 15. I thank you for tonight. The recording will be in the Facebook group. You will also get it through the email newsletter from Healy Corporate. If you don't want to be in a Facebook group, you're more than okay to do that. And the link to the protocol will be in there as well, either email or Facebook group. We are currently in our Facebook group, literally in the last 3 weeks of the Power of 3 protocol. We will be going into the Bioenergetic Vitalisation after this. So if you haven't done the Power of 3, then I would advise you to do a Power of 3. But if you have been joining us with the Power of 3, we will be doing the Bioenergetic Vitalisation after this, because we have been doing the detox and now we're going to regenerate. So if you want to join us, you're more than welcome to. And we would love to share your experience and, of course, see you sharing yours in our group. But otherwise, next week on Thursday, we are doing the digital nutrition, and we're going to dive deep into the frequency of nutrition and how it works on the body. But this is it for tonight. I wish you a beautiful, beautiful night and day, whatever you are, and I'll be seeing you next Thursday. Thank you everyone for joining. Bye-bye.